Hey, it's Jack, and this video is called 3 Ways to Make a Man Miss You. My name's Jack Butler, I'm a relationship coach. If you're new to the channel or you haven't yet subscribed, I want to invite you to subscribe. I release at least 2 new videos a week on relationships and personal growth. This is kind of real deal stuff. It's for people that want to dig in and do deeper work on themselves. So if that's you and you want a relationship and you don't have it yet, or you want to improve your relationship, just boom, hit subscribe and then tap that bell notification so you hear of new videos as soon as they come out. So today's topic, how to make a man miss you. I'm going to get into this. These are 3 ways. I haven't talked about this before in any other video. So the first way that you can make a man video, first way you can make a man video. Do you want to make a man video? The first way that you can make a man miss you is that you can align with his need for space and freedom. Desire for most men arises when they have space within which that desire can arise. So if you want a guy to miss you, if you want a guy to feel that he's bringing his desire towards you and in your direction, you actually want to align with his need for space and freedom. Most men don't talk about this enough, but their highest value is often freedom. And when a woman is in a man's life in a way that he doesn't experience that he has freedom, he often starts to get itchy feet, or he starts to feel constrained, or he starts to feel like he's being mothered. Right? So most guys, even when they're in a relationship, are going to want a part of their life where they feel a bit more free to roam, free to express. That doesn't mean they're transgressing the boundaries of the relationship. It just means that they also get to experience being an I. Right? Most guys don't want to be 100% of the time in a we. Right? Because most guys' highest value is not connection and relating. It's freedom. Right? And when you really get that, you get, oh, if I align with his need for space and freedom, I actually get more desire, more him missing me, more him desiring me. Then you're onto something, right? So step number 1, align with the guy's desire for space and freedom. Step number 2, don't be overly available. And I don't say this as any kind of game. I'm not saying deliberately ignore him, deliberately don't text back. I'm just saying have a life that is full enough of things that you care about that you don't just drop your life at any moment if he's texting you, right? That you actually have things going on in your own life called your own priorities, called things that I'm energizing and care about, called work that I'm bringing into the world, or friendships and family members and relationships that I'm energizing. So it's like, yeah, absolutely, he can be number 1 in your world, but it doesn't mean that you have to be overly available every single time, right? Sometimes it's good for a guy to want to connect with you and you're actually not available. Not because you're playing a game and pushing him away, because, I'm actually at work, I'm doing something, right? If a guy always has easy access to you every single time, sometimes that has him take you a little bit less seriously, right? Or just get used to the fact that he's kind of so prioritized in your world that he forgets you have this whole other world going on. So not in a tip trick way, but in a real way, have your life full enough that you're not overly available to him. And then number 3, and this is probably the most important, the way to make a man really miss you is to be absolutely in your own feminine essence. Right? Now, you may not know what that means if that's not a phrase that you've come across, and you may also not have a feminine essence, but I'm going in gross-orienting generalization here that most women that are on this channel have a feminine essence and want to be with a man that has a more masculine essence, even while we have both of them in us. So what that means is, you're cultivating your own receptivity, you're cultivating your own openness, you're cultivating your own embodiment, you're cultivating your own emotional authenticity, all the things that in his world show up as other. Right? Most guys aren't particularly emotionally connected to themselves and other people. Most guys are overly rational and cerebral and struggle a little bit to get embodied. Most guys are less in their emotions than most women. Right? And of course, huge exceptions to this. There can be hugely emotional men, but you get what I'm saying, right? I'm having to talk in gross-orienting generalizations in this context. So if you can be more of those things to a guy, right? You can invite him into your emotional world and his emotional world in right timing. You can be embodied. You can be embodied in your own sensuality. You can be connected to your own femininity, where it's like there's an allowingness, there's a permission and a freedom, like you're not always on it, controlling things, making things happen, trusting. There's a little bit more openness, flexibility, sensitivity, attunement, relaxedness. Most guys respond to that, right? Most guys, think about it, what do they spend most days? Most guys are trying to slay some kind of dragon most days, right? Might be their own demons, might be their business, might be their mission they're bringing in the world, but most guys get a little bit stressed and worked up about that. What do they want? They want proverbially a woman that's going to put her hands on his shoulders and say, sweetie, I love you, let's relax, right? Let's switch off. Let's get out of that head. Let's get you into your body. Most guys can't just take themselves there on their own, right? You can be that portal for him into body and into emotions, which, by the way, are the key things to being more present. And if your guy's a conscious guy, he's probably going to want to be more present, right? The more we're in the here and now of our body and what we're actually feeling, the more present we are. So you can help get him into his body, right? Most guys want a sanctuary space in their relationship, right? That has them put that dragon down for a moment, get more present, breathe, be in their bodies, take you in, be connected with you, enjoy the access that you have to energetic frequencies that are different to him. Doesn't mean that he doesn't have some of those frequencies himself, but mostly that's what is attractive to guys, right? Is that you can be on a different frequency, that he doesn't access himself and that he wants that range. Why do guys want a kind of a range of types of female connection in their lives? Is because they like that range of frequencies, right? They like the ball buster sometimes, but they also like, the retiring violet, right? They like a woman that can take decisions, but they also like a woman that can really relax and be led, right? And the more you can show up in some of these different frequencies, the more kind of texture, fabric, beauty, connection you'll give your guy in his life. And I think your best way of doing that is actually to cultivate those things in yourself, to really be fully yourself, to give yourself full permission. Whatever your sound, taste, texture, vibrancy, color, whatever that really is for you, that you kind of go to town on those things. You allow yourselves them. You give yourselves the privilege to really be in your body, or be in your feminine, or be in your relaxedness, or be in your decisiveness. Like, there's a kind of range that you give yourself access to, and that frequency range is going to be really alluring and attractive to him. He's going to miss it, right? When he's kind of banging his head against the same old business problem, and there's you over there delightfully, radiantly in your flower that's opening, that's precious, that has a fragrance that he can smell and attune to. You get at what I'm saying metaphorically, that he's going to want to come spend time with you because he's going to miss that. Because that ultimately is what he can't do for himself, right? Most guys don't just want a business partner, right? Because they can find that with someone else. They actually want someone that's going to energetically open them up to more of their wholeness and experience. And if you can be that conduit and portal for him, he's going to be missing you. So if this has been of interest to you, I would love for you to spend some more time with me. Come and participate in my free webinar. It's called The 3 Keys to Being Relationship Ready, How to Keep and Attract Mr. Right. You can just click the link below this video, find a time that works for you in your time zone. It's been getting rave reviews. It's some good stuff. Put aside 90 minutes, show up, take it seriously. It can really change your life. And as always, if you're not part of this community, come on, let's do this. Hit subscribe, tap that bell notification, and give this video a like. It helps us get this out in the world. If you've appreciated this content, I'd appreciate it if you'd like this video. And questions and comments below this video. I look forward to receiving them. I'm Jack. Thanks so much for being here.